there's one of those massive halos around the moon. I think it's caused by ice crystals reflecting all the moonlight, and it sort of forms this great big eye that looks down on you and says, "What the fuck have you done with your day?" I've done CDs. I've been making CDs. Had to spend a bit of time trying to find a laptop that actually had a CD burner that worked. The one in my old Mac has just said, "Fuck off, Grant." The one in my old Mac was there for the old the beginning of the albums, and that's how literally my sole way of making any merch was to sit there and burn 1 million CDs, or 100 or whatever at a time, wrap them in paper with little stickers, proper DIY stuff. Then I started to outsource that to Nigel in Andover, and then he would make the CDs for me, which was just much easier. He had a machine that could do lots and lots at a time. But now, thanks to that pesky little virus, I'm back to burning CDs and wrapping them in paper. So yeah, that's life now. Back to the old DIY ways. Might start a fanzine. If I can find an old photocopier somewhere, that'd be great. Yeah, it's been a good day. Productive, but also a day off. I've got very good at this. I've got this sort of now instinctive sense of when I've pushed my adrenaline or energies or any sort of thing, when I've focused so much on something that I need to just take it easy a little bit and already start to focus on what's next. That's always the big move. I'm often reminding my friends who spend so much time going, right, I've got this one show that I need to make the best. I need to put all my energy into it, and you just go focus on the day afterwards. It's like getting married. You know, loads of people put all that time into the wedding, but then you get sort of into that whole sort of, right, okay, now we've got to do this. So yeah, I spend a lot of time just trying to work out what's next. And I think what's next is a book. The book has to be written. So it shall be written. Obviously need to think about what the next album is. All that plan's completely sort of up in the air. I've got to see what the hell's going to happen with it's the bus. Got to see what's going to happen with the lockdowns and the gigs, and because what I want it to be is, I don't want to be dragging out lots of stuff that's completely irrelevant when we're all sat there talking about something else, because that's just bad comedy, man. It's bad comedy. What's the point in focusing on, say, something trivial like Brexit, when I think we're probably going to have a few other pandemics that come along with this one. We've got a pandemic of domestic abuse happening all over the world. I was just listening to a report from Jordan, the country, not the glamour model, but of domestic violence becoming an issue. It's already an issue in Jordan, apparently, but yeah, they really need some help with families beating up family members, bullying in general, mainly women being beaten up. We've also got another pandemic of fucking ignorance. I think it's what the scientific term for it is, fucking ignorance, but I believe that's also what the mainstream media call it. So I'm probably just some sort of sheep, or I don't know, but the fact that some people who I know and love and trust are decrying the deplatforming of people like David Icke, going, no, this is a travesty against the freedom of speech and all that. when your speech becomes dangerous for other people, you're abusing that freedom to the of speech. That's basically it. That's how it works. This is unfortunately why Donald Trump can't be shut up. But there are things where if you're using someone else's company to say those things through, they don't have, and they're not obliged to carry that. I don't know if I'm making sense or not. I'm just looking up at the moon a lot. The halo's gone now. It's just become a great big cataract in the sky. Yeah, so I think we're going to end up with quite a lot of brain damage. I think as a species, as a result of all this, people are going to be nervous. There's going to be people who don't want to go out there, who don't want to go outside at all, who don't want to go to the gigs or whatever. If the gigs happen, I think the gigs will be the last thing to come back as a satellite. Hello. Yeah, the football matches will probably come back before gigs, I reckon. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, all of that's also about planning ahead. Seeing what's next. We put so much focus into the lockdown, so then we've got to wake up and go, right, let's do this, okay. And hopefully there'll be something in there that's funny. I don't know yet. Spending a lot of time thinking about how we're going to cope with this. Oh, it's a seagull. Spending a lot of time thinking about how we're going to cope with this when what's the next day is probably the hardest part. That's how we've got to do it. So I'm being conscious and I'm trying to work out my plan. Trying to work out the best way of coming out of this, running, fighting, being useful. I'm desperately trying not to I've been feeling slightly guilty that I'm not responding to a lot of requests to raise money for things and essentially work for free. I'm a big proponent of artists being paid. So yeah, there seems to be a lot more requests of just going, yeah, but it's for the NHS or whatever. It's like, I'm trying to do my best for the NHS by getting the Tories to fuck off. That's the best thing we can do. Do I have to stare into my phone for half an hour playing songs that I don't think will make anyone feel any better about anything? So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's a self-esteem issue, I don't know, we'll see. The album's going really well. Thank you very much for all the comments and everything going on with that, and thanks for all the messages about various other things. Justin, I know you're listening. I didn't get back to your message today, but I will. I'd like to hear your band's solutions to live streaming and things like that. Yeah, there's a lot to do tomorrow. I think I've got to sit down with a little ream of paper and make my noises, make my plans, and see what happens in that old brain. It's Sunday apparently. Funny thing about weekends when you're unemployed, they don't mean quite so much, except you get to hang out with your working friends. I love a bit of Primus. It's a crispy, lovely night. I put some socks on, especially just to come out here and record this one. I've got my decaf coffee, cigarette, and not a clue as to where this will end. Relax. Really proud that an album came out on this scheduled date. I'm gonna do a little dance about that. Right, I'm just fucking rambling and looking for satellites and the moon and stuff. So I'm going to leave you to it. I hope this one hasn't sent anyone to sleep, especially if you're driving or an essential worker. Have a good day. Have a good Sunday. What are you doing for Sunday? I think there's enough vegetables in that box for a little bit of roasting. So crack out the horseradish and make the gravy. I'm coming round. Okay. Right. I'll see you later. I love you with all of my being. Good night.